Coming up tonight on YCN News, a Manchester taxi driver crashes into the side of a Sunapee convenience store. 15 employees are injured as a result of a Monday explosion at the Peterborough industrial plant. And we'll hear from King Arthur Flour on their specially made chocolates to check out for this Valentine's Day. For more news, weather, and sports, it's time for YCN, your local view.
Now, your daily digest of the Dartmouth Lake Sunapee region, southern Vermont, and Windsor County. News, sports, weather, and all that is happening in our area. The news on YCN, your local view.
Good evening, and welcome to this Wednesday edition of YCN News. I'm Rose Spillman. The quick thinking actions of a Manchester taxi driver Tuesday night may have saved his life. WNTK reports the taxi driver, Eric Milanese, was headed to a Sunapee address, his passenger in the back seat. Suddenly, the passenger, 30-year-old John Kaczynski of 99 Pleasant Street in Providence, Rhode Island, started choking Milanese. Milanese drove the taxi with Kaczynski in the back seat into the side of a convenience store, Evans Mart's building, in Sunapee to get attention and help. Milanese told police that at that point, Kaczynski pulled him into the cab's back seat. Police, WNTK reports, learned Kaczynski told Milanese that the cabbie was going to die that night. Milanese was able to escape and run into the store for help. Kaczynski took off in the taxi. Sunapee police officer Adam Lantegny arrested Kaczynski a short time later and took him into custody. Police charged Kaczynski with aggravated DWI, theft by unauthorized taking, and second-degree assault. Kaczynski was arraigned on the charges today in Newport District Court. The state fire marshal is classifying Monday night's explosion at New Hampshire ball bearings as an industrial accident. 15 employees were injured at the Peterborough plant. None sustained serious injuries. State Fire Marshal William Degnan and Peterborough Fire Chief Joseph Lennox report a nitric acid reaction led to the explosion. Nitric acid is an oxidizing agent. It is commonly used in industrial processes, Degnan said in a press release. Fire crews have been on scene throughout the search for the explosion's cause. Today, the plant has been officially turned back over to the plant's managers as cleanup begins. Officials with the State Department of Environmental Services also worked with the Fire Marshal and Peterborough Fire Department. Environmental Services company Clean Harbors is on scene. Degnan said it will be several more weeks before the exact cause of the blast is determined. A Vermont sustainability project seeks the public's perspective and comments on the East Central Vermont What We Want plan. Kevin Geiger, senior planner from the Two Rivers Ottaquechee Regional Commission, one of the several organizations involved in the project, told YCN about the details of yesterday's meeting in White River Junction. 4 new draft sections on energy, climate, homes, and habitat were showcased, Geiger said. These concise drafts have actions that would lessen our energy use in buildings, make our communities more resilient to climatic chaos, help to fill the needed gap for thousands of more homes that are affordable for our residents, and get us all thinking about what habitat our wildlife needs, Geiger told YCN. All are welcome to read the drafts and provide comments online at ecvermont.org. When YCN News returns, we'll hear about a bill passed by the Vermont House, and we'll hear from King Arthur Flour on their delicious chocolates.
The YCN News continues in a moment.
Welcome back to YCN News. I'm Rose Spillman. Vermont legislators met this week to discuss a number of bills in the House. One such bill, House Bill 88, was presented with the purpose of allowing victims of sexual assault to claim full custody of a child conceived as a result of the crime. Representative Sarah Buxton spoke with YCN on the bill's current status. House Bill 88 was read and approved by the House yesterday, she said, and the next step is for it to go through the Senate. Buxton is confident the Senate will review the bill with the same attitude as the House and approve it. If enacted into law, this bill would provide those victims of sexual assault the opportunity to petition for sole custody of a child conceived as a result of a proven assault. This would benefit victims by allowing them to take full responsibility for the child and granting them freedom from further dealing with the perpetrators throughout the child's lifetime. YCN News will continue to update you with the bill's status along with others discussed in the House and Senate. It has real vanilla, just the right amount of pure cane sugar, and is made from the finest cocoa beans. We're talking about chocolate, one of the most popular gifts to give on Valentine's Day. Norwich, Vermont's King Arthur Flour is now the home of a celebrated chocolatier.
So at King Arthur Flour, we introduced a whole line of chocolate confections. We're actually building a dedicated room just around chocolate, and we will have different seasonal assortments. We'll have more products with high-quality chocolates and just expand in that line. I've been at King Arthur now for a little over 2 years. I was trained in Germany in the 90s. I'm an 8th-generation pastry chef, so I've worked with chocolate a whole lot. I've been a pastry chef since I was 17 and had my chocolate shop in Washington, D.C. And so that expertise I try to bring to our staff here and eventually to you, the customer. So King Arthur Flour, you think of flour first mainly. You know it from the grocery stores. And it is a good fit because we have our bakery that uses all of our flour. And part of that bakery and that pastry assortment is chocolate and educating the customer and rounding out the offering from mousse cakes to buns to croissants to chocolates, marzipan, and sugar work. So it's one piece of the puzzle. It's a big world out there with pastry, but the chocolate is a part of it. So for Valentine's Day, we have baked goods like pistachio cookies dipped in chocolate. We have our chocolate indulgence cake, which is one of our signature products at King Arthur Flour, in a heart-shaped pan. We have our Valentine's Day chocolate assortment and a couple of other products like our chocolate red wine cookie, which is a very nice thing too. So here we will dip some of those pistachio cookies halfway in chocolate and apply a cocoa butter transfer sheet. And we will also hand dip some of the confections. Those are espresso confections. My favorite is the plum Armagnac confection, which is actually this one right here. And it's an elongated one. It's dried plums that have been soaked in Armagnac cognac for a couple of weeks. And so they are incorporated in that dark chocolate ganache. It goes really well with a glass of wine. I've been at King Arthur now for a little over 2 years. I was trained in Germany in the 90s. I'm an 8th-generation pastry chef.
Sweets for the sweet, and yes, it's okay to treat yourself too. Welcome back to YCN News. I'm Rose Spillman. Now Matt McDonald will have a look at our weather for the next 5 days, and he'll take a look at some local high school sports.
Thanks, Rose. We have a snowy weekend ahead starting tomorrow with 6 to 12 inches of snow, so be extra careful when driving. Highs will be in the 30s with a low of 27 degrees. Friday, there will be a high of 36 with lows in the upper teens. Saturday will have highs in the 30s with lows down to 5 degrees, so dress for the snow and the cold. Sunday temperatures will drop to a high of 19 degrees and lows down to the single digits, so don't forget your hat and gloves when you go out. Monday will have highs in the upper 20s with a low of 21 degrees. If you're looking for some fun on Valentine's Day, head over to White River Junction to see Northern Stage's production, The Fox on the Fairway. Friday night they'll have a special photo opportunity where you and your date can take pictures on the set. The show starts at 7:30 p.m., so call the Briggs Opera House to reserve a ticket. And now it's time to look at highlights from last night's game of Lebanon versus Hanover. The 10-3 Lebanon Raiders took the short drive to Hanover to take on their bitter rival Hanover, who is 6-4 on the season. The fans for both teams know that with the regular season winding down, this was an important game for determining the upcoming playoff seedings. Lebanon got off to a quick start. Here Colin Sow feeds Nick Shepard for this three-pointer. Shepard ended up with 8 points in the game. Next, Sow shows his shooting range with this three-point basket. Freshman point guard KJ Maddie hits Austin Pelletier on this pretty pick-and-roll play. Lebanon was up 21-14 after the first period. Hanover's big man Ben Lynch kept the Marauders in the game with his inside presence. Lynch had 10 points in the game. In the second half, Hanover made a run to get back in the game. Here, Tim O'Rourke nails a 3. Lebanon held on to win 61-52 to improve to 11-3 on the season. They will host Goffstown on Friday. Hanover drops to 6-5 and will travel to Amherst on Friday to take on Souhegan. And now on a side note, on February 9th, a new official speed record was set for slobogganing. During Newport, New Hampshire's 98th Winter Carnival, Newport Recreation Director P.J. Lovely clocked in at 32 miles per hour.